What's up, and welcome in to Under the Hood with Jonathan Hood. Thanks so much for downloading the podcast and checking us out on YouTube, youtube.com. Look for Under the Hood with Jonathan Hood. We are blowing up because of you. So thank you so much for supporting the podcast and everything that we do here. We've got so much content, especially with the Chicago Bears playing so well. We've got so much on college basketball and the NBA and the national championship with college football and so much. But make sure that you like, share, subscribe, and comment to everything that we do. We've got our hoodie section as well, a hoodie club, where I'm giving you exclusives on YouTube as well. So make sure you look into that, and merchandise as well for Under the Hood with Jonathan Hood. This is a very special show, and I'm glad that we're doing it right here and right now, because people ask me when I'm out, they say, Jay Hood, what are you drinking lately? Like, always wanted to buy a drink, right? Let me buy a drink. And they will tell you what they want to get you, right? It's like, no, 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 no. I'll tell you, if you're going to buy me a drink, if I buy you a drink, I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm going to get you. And for a few years now, the thing that I keep saying when it comes to spirits is, you can give me an Alexander James whiskey. You can give me one of these. Fresh bottle that will be opened up for the Bears and Rams game on Sunday. Alexander James whiskey has been on my bar for 3 years. And it's been something that I love because it's smooth and it's great. And company always wants to get a sip. I only give them a sip. I can't give them the whole bottle. I just give them just a taste. And I go, you got to get your own, because this is mine. Alexander James whiskey. I'm proud to announce that Alexander James whiskey is the official whiskey for the Under the Hood with Jonathan Hood. It is something that is near and dear to me. For those that know me, I only support products, items, people that support what we do on Under the Hood with Jonathan Hood. And one of the big supporters is Jesse Steward Jr. He is the founder of Alexander James Whiskey, and he joins me, Jonathan Hood, right here at Under the Hood with Jonathan Hood. Jesse, welcome, man. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for having me. I'm honored. I'm honored to, of course, be in a partnership with you, as I've been a fan for so many different years. And it warms my heart to know that, you care so much about Alexander James that you're stingy with it. So we gotta figure out how to get you a care package so you can share with your guests.
Just sips. They just can't have this. I mean,
Just a
this
little
is
sip. They can't have the
yes.
whole thing.
That's exactly right. Just sips. I want you to tell people about the product, because you've been interviewed a lot about Alexander James whiskey, but I hope to talk to you about some things that maybe you have not talked to the general audience about.
Sure.
I just want you to tell everybody about October 30th, 2021. Why is that a
Wow.
special day for you?
That day is insane. So October 30th, 2021 was the first day that Alexander James was sold in stores. It seems like so long ago. Sold at Kimbark Beverage Shop in Hyde Park, very legendary store. They're no longer, and they've transitioned to another name, but a very monumental day in my life, as that was the first day my whiskey was sold on the market. And here we are almost 5 years later, in over 600 accounts. I got e-commerce coming soon, so that's going to be an exclusive for you Under the Hood podcast. Alexander James whiskey will be available in 49 states. Got to stay tuned so you know the exact release date for that. But yeah, that's a very special day, and I kind of forgot about it because it just seems like yesterday, but so long at the same time. So
Jesse, what was the greatest compliment you've ever received about Alexander James whiskey?
um, that's the first time somebody's ever asked me that. You know
See?
what? The best the best compliment somebody's ever given me is, aside from the product being very good to the palate, is something that people can relate to. And this person told me that they were grateful that I did it because it encouraged them to start a legacy for their family. So a little backstory behind Alexander James. The brand is named Alexander James after my son. That's his first and middle name. And the brand was inspired by my two grandfathers, Jesse and James, who those guys were best friends because my parents were high school sweethearts. So they were best buds since the 80s, and they always shared our family's history, all of our family stories over glasses of whiskey. So I decided to continue that tradition and legacy, by making my own whiskey brand. So to hear somebody say that they wanted to start a legacy because of me starting the legacy was the best thing. Like that was my why. I wanted to encourage people to share their family's history and stories over Alexander James.
Sometimes family can be the toughest, because I can just remember going into broadcasting. my mom said, "Go for it," and my dad said, that's a nice trade, but are you going to be able to like do what I did? Gonna get underneath the car and start working on cars? It's like, no, this is what I want to do. Dad, I want to be a broadcaster. So
Yeah.
sometimes your dreams and goals are not theirs for you. So tell me about that time where you were able to tell people in your family, like, yeah, I'm going for this.
So the funny thing is nobody knew except for maybe four people from 2018 until maybe September 2021. So the month before product launch, nobody knew. I just kind of like teased it on social media and everybody was like, "Wait, what are you doing?" And that's when I told all my family and friends like I'm dropping a whiskey brand. But you know what? My community, my support system, my village has been amazing throughout my entire life. Um, um, yeah, they've been supportive. I did sports from pre-K all the way through college.
Yeah.
I was a basketball player, baseball, football. I ran track in college. I was in the band. I did spelling bee. Literally everything I've ever done. Not just my parents, my grandparents, aunts and uncles, extended family and friends and cousins. Everybody has always supported me. So once I announced Alexander James, they were on board, very supportive. I have to yell at my dad once a week because when he gets off of work, he goes to Benny's and buys Alexander James. I'm like, Dad, I live 10 minutes from you. I'm your son. I'm not going to charge you. I'm not going to make you go buy it. But I think he's just so proud and wants to support it that, that's just, he feels inclined to do so. So to answer your question, man, my village is amazing and they've been behind me and encouraging me the entire way.
And also old habits die hard. It's nothing like getting off, and just be like, you know what, I'm gonna go to the liquor store and
Yep.
get my taste and then
Yep.
bring it home. It's just what you do, man.
Exactly. And my dad will get his. And my mom isn't the biggest drinker, but she likes cocktails with Alexander James. So my
Mhm.
dad will do his neat pour. My mom will do her mixed cocktail and they hang out. My mom is retired. So she's just like waiting at home for my dad to get off. And they, at the end of their week, that's how they spend their Friday evenings.
As you're listening to the podcast and now watching on YouTube, it's alexanderjameswhiskey.com. You can
Yes.
find out more information on where you can pick up some Alexander James whiskey by going to the website alexanderjameswhiskey.com. You mentioned cocktails. Do you have a favorite with Alexander James whiskey?
Oh, that's tough. You put me on the spot. So the
You
one
see,
that
this is what I do, Jesse Stewart. Don't you
I love
understand?
it. I love it because you're
Yes.
making me think.
I've
My
seen
favorite,
I've seen you interview 20 times, but no one ever asked those questions. So
right?
that's
So
why I'm here.
you're a
So
great journalist. That's good journalism. You know what? My favorite cocktail is a
yeah.
drink I have called Supply and Demand. It's my spin on an Arnold Palmer. It's a blueberry lavender tea steeped in lemonade with sweet tea. And I know it seems like a summery spring drink. I drink it year round. It's really easy to make. It's like four simple ingredients. So I think that's kind of my go-to. Um, yeah, I would say Supply and Demand.
I want to talk to you about that because you mentioned from the rip that, we're talking about 49 states that this is going in right now for Alexander James whiskey. Okay.
Yep. It'll be available online in 49 states, physically in the market, Illinois, Wisconsin, DC. For
Okay.
now.
The reason why I asked, well, the reason why I ask you this, James, is because as we know in different parts of the country, and obviously with us being on YouTube, the podcast, and the reach that we have for ESPN, this goes everywhere, right? So there's people out west, there's people in the Northeast, there's people in the South that's listening and watching this show. I'm just wondering how they look at spirits because out west, when I go to San Diego, they don't have necessarily the same things I would get in Chicago. When I
Mhm.
go to the Northeast in New Jersey, or when I go in the South to Texas, it might be the same brand or something similar to. But what have you learned about what people like in certain sections of the country?
You know what? I feel like every region of the country, they have like a niche thing, but whiskey's universal.
Mhm.
Whiskey's something that I've been to the other side of the world. They still drink whiskey. So the really cool thing about Alexander James is something that everybody can enjoy. But yeah, I mean, just certain areas, some regions are more cocktail forward. Some places they just want it neat. Some places they want it on a rock. Some places are beer heavy. So I think that's what I learned from traveling. The spirits and cocktail wine beer world. People are famous for certain things. Napa Valley, they're famous for their wines. You got some good beer across the country. I love craft beer as well.
Yeah.
Shout out to Moores and Funky Town Beer, really good friends of mine from Chicago. But yeah, I mean, I think whiskey's a universal thing. So I'm gonna say that although different areas have their niche things, whiskey is a language that everybody speaks.
So you're not offended if someone puts an orange slice in it or
No.
grapefruit?
However you want to enjoy Alexander James, you can enjoy it.
Yes. Yes.
My grandfather used to drink his Canadian whiskey with Pepsi.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it, but I mean, to each his own. That's how he enjoyed it, and I watched him throw some back. So, hey, however you want to enjoy Alexander James, you literally cannot offend me. You could put water, ice, juice, lemonade, ginger beer, ginger ale, however you want to enjoy it. I just want you to enjoy it and share, quality time with your family and friends. That's what I want you to do.
I'll write some of those ideas down. Ginger beer, maybe I'm gonna try that.
Oh yeah, ginger beer, lime juice, simple syrup makes an amazing mule. I call it the Midway Mule.
Yeah.
I'm a Chicagoan to Chicagoan, so I always try to find ways to name my drinks either something Chicago related or car related. I love cars, so most of my cocktails are related to cars, Chicago, or my favorite songs.
So, if you shake the Hood family tree, whiskey bottles will fall out of it because our family we're whiskey drinkers. Once again,
Yes.
the reason why that this resonates with me, why I want to have this connection with you, is
Right.
because my uncles, my cousins, at the Hood household, you always knew that it was Friday and Saturday night because you could hear the
Mhm.
music coming from the backyard, from the patio. There would be a lot of drinks that were brought over to the Hood household for Friday night because you got off the plant, off the job, and you were
Mhm.
there on Friday nights, and then they're sleeping over Saturday morning, and then the party starts again Saturday night.
I
So
love it.
whiskey was always a big part of it. What do you remember about your childhood regarding that family outings and whiskey being involved?
So specifically, I have two things that stand out when you ask that question. One being that either my grandfather Jesse or my grandfather James's bar in the basement, Friday night or Sunday for football. My two grandfathers, literally, they're pouring up out of their whiskey in their glass, and literally everybody gathered around like little kids around a campfire,
Mhm.
listening to them tell stories about Vietnam, telling stories about how our families came to Chicago from Arkansas, or the funniest and one of my favorite is when my grandfather Jesse met my grandma Barbara.
Mhm.
He was drag racing and had to kind of ditch his car, and he ran into my grandmother, and they fell in love from there. So really cool, like little stories like that. Um, that and playing. My family plays bid whist, so
Yes.
I literally just started playing cards in the last year because
Mhm.
I've seen some heated card games, but it was always whiskey near too. So seeing them slap those cards on the table playing spade or bid, a lot of times the glass or the cup with the whiskey get knocked over on the cards and go give me a towel. So those are two moments that really stand out to me and my family. Listening to my grandfathers tell those stories and watching my family play cards. And like I said, whiskey was always near or part of the reason somebody's yelling at somebody or slamming a card on the table because they're whooping somebody's butt.
It's all part of it, man. It's all part
Yes,
of the spirits.
yes.
I want to know, from a sporting standpoint. I know that Alexander James whiskey is in sports bars as well. Could you name
Mhm.
a few in the Chicagoland area?
Oh, you're putting me on the spot. Okay, we
Well,
got
let me Williams Inn. I'll start there.
Williams Inn
Williams
is one of
Inn,
my
because that's
favorites in the South Loop. That was the first bar to ever sell Alexander James. You got
yes.
Chug-a-Lug, which is in Glenwood. We've got Flossmore Social. That's in Flossmore. I'm trying to think of some more in the city. Sports bars. AlexanderJamesWhiskey.com.
Yes, it's
If
there.
you go
Yes.
there, it'll tell you. You put me on the spot, and I don't want to leave anybody out, but Williams Inn is very near and dear to me. They were the first bar, and I think I met you. Did I meet you at Williams Inn?
Yes, you did.
So very near and dear to me. That was the
Mhm.
first account bar to sell my whiskey. So I definitely got to shout them out. But it's a bunch more, and I don't want to leave anybody out. But those are the couple that pops in my brain.
But it is on the website as well, alexanderjameswhiskey.com.
AlexanderJamesWhiskey.com. Yes, it'll take you
Yeah.
to the stores and the restaurants throughout the state of Illinois and some really cool spots in Wisconsin that also have it.
What can Under the Hood listeners do to get that 50th state? What do you
You
need for
know
that
what?
50th state? You got 49, but you got
It's
what can
it's
we do to get
Utah.
you 50?
It's a lot of logistics and legalities with spirits
Uh-huh.
and distribution laws. So it's Utah is the only state. We just got to figure out how to just tell them, like, you know what? Everybody just goes to every store or go to their liquor commission and say, we need Alexander James in Utah. So figure it out, make it happen. We need to get a movement going.
We
AJW
can,
in Utah. Hashtag AJW in Utah.
yeah, that's not a problem. We can get that done.
We
We
can
get
do
that
it.
done.
I'm not
I
worried about
I know Thurl Bailey, who does color for the Utah Jazz, great player in
it.
college and pros. I could.
Yes.
That's one
Yes.
phone call to Thurl Bailey.
Let's
Call him
go.
and say, "What's going on, man?"
Let's get it.
That's
For
not a
sure.
problem.
You
When
know
you,
what? They might be still hating on us from the Bulls whooping on them all those years. So
I
maybe
know,
that's
but they
why
got to let it go, man. They can let it
they do.
go.
They gotta let it go.
If they don't want to drink on Sundays, that's why God made Monday through Saturday. It's fine.
Exactly.
It's
You got
fine.
6 whole days and you can recover.
You see, Jesse, this is why that you're in the right place with Under the Hood, because we know people from everywhere,
Exactly.
So we
Yes.
got you, man.
Appreciate it.
Last thing I have for you, and I appreciate
Mhm.
your time. I just want to know if you could just tell the people why they should get what I have right here. I know they wish they're right now. They wish they could drink it through the screen right here.
So
Alexander,
that's a limited edition right there. That's a barrel proof bourbon that only releases once a year. It's usually only around 300 bottles of it. So
yes,
that you got a little gem right there. But you know what? You
yes, I
should
do.
buy Alexander James whiskey, any of my products. I have 4 total. I have a straight bourbon whiskey, a rye whiskey, and then my 2 limited edition barrel proof bourbon and barrel proof rye. I'm drinking barrel proof rye right now. But you should drink it because it's just a good way to connect with your family and friends. It's really good for the whiskey enthusiast or the cocktail connoisseur. It's a million different ways for you to enjoy it, but I just really want people to connect with those around them. I'm a millennial, so we're so inundated in our phones and social media.
Yeah.
Put the phone down. Take your pictures first. I ain't gonna lie. Take your
Yes.
pictures, post it to IG, tag Alexander James Whiskey. But after that, just really sit down and enjoy your family. Get to know your loved ones, your family, your friends. Talk about what's next, your future. Legacy is very important to me. My slogan is Toast to Legacy. So as you're sipping your whiskey, think about, what you want to do and what legacy you want to leave. So that's how I want you to enjoy it.
That's exactly right. I will be enjoying it Sunday afternoon.
So will
taking a look. So I'll be watching it and
Cardiac
cracking
Bears,
this
man.
open.
I'm nervous. I feel like I'm about to suit up, but we're ready. We're gonna get it. And I think we're gonna go. I think we can do it. The Bears are gonna. I think we have everything we need to get it done this year. Earlier in the year, I'm like, next year, but no, I think we're ready this year.
Yes. These are for special occasions. This limited
very special.
barrel proof. So that's why this is being
very
the
special.
seal will be cracked. Yes.
And I will be doing the same thing at the same time, just from a different place.
The others I have downstairs in the bar. That's for tough days. But for this is a special.
This is a joyous occasion. Joyous occasion. That's like wedding, baby shower, Bears game,
or being part of Under the Hood with Jonathan Hood.
Part of Under the Hood with Jonathan Hood, for
sure.
That's
right. This right here, folks, is right here. It is the official whiskey of Under the Hood with Jonathan Hood, Alexander James Whiskey. We ask you to go to the website, alexanderjameswhiskey.com. Listen, Jesse supports us. We want you to support him. When someone asks me, hey, what are you drinking? You're going to know that Jonathan Hood and Alexander James Whiskey synonymous with one another. So as always, Jesse, I appreciate your time. Hope that you can come back again to talk about some of the events that you have around the city and other places that you're going to be going in the 2026 calendar year.
For sure. You know what? This is October will be my 5th year. So we got a lot of really cool things up the pipeline. So can't wait to share it with you guys. So follow it on Instagram, Facebook, Alexander James Whiskey, and alexanderjameswhiskey.com for all the stores and restaurants that carry it. And very, very soon in the next week or so, just follow me. But it's going to be buyajw.com. It's going to be the e-commerce site. So everything will be listed and blasted all over my social media pages, as well as the Alexander James Whiskey website.
So yes, it is official. The official whiskey of Under the Hood with Jonathan Hood, Alexander James Whiskey. Jesse, I appreciate your time.
Thank you. I'm honored. Thank you. And I'm looking forward to this partnership being something that's fruitful, that lasts forever.
That's the website, alexanderjameswhiskey.com. And make sure that you like, share, subscribe, and comment to everything we do. We are booming in 2026. Thanks to Alexander James Whiskey. on Under the Hood with Jonathan Hood. So long, everybody.